Hey folks, I am Brandon Garcia, and this is The Excellent Way, and we're continuing with our series of conversations with folks who are either not CrossFitters or new to CrossFit, answering the questions that they have or have been asked about CrossFit, or maybe it's rumors they heard, or whatever it is. Now this week I got to have a conversation with Tricia. Tricia is a new member here at CrossFit ELM, and she has MS, she has multiple sclerosis. And when she joined, before she joined, there were a lot of people that had concerns, but luckily she has a medical professional in her corner saying, hey, you should do this as long as your coaches are taking care of you. And so we got to have a great conversation with her about some funny things that people said to her about CrossFit, about like whether or not it was a cult, and some other weird stuff. And then also, is CrossFit really safe for somebody that has MS? It's a great conversation, and I love hearing her insight on it and how she feels about it so far in her journey. So without further ado, here's my conversation with Tricia.
Hey guys, welcome back to The Excellent Way, and I am sitting here with Tricia, and the star of the show, Dorian, is hanging out with us today. So Tricia has a really cool, kind of a trio of questions. One of them is kind of funny, the other one's mildly funny, the other one's actually a good conversation to have. So, what were the questions, concerns, whatever that were brought up to you, from you, whatever that is?
So, when you had asked what some things were, when I had talked to people about joining CrossFit and told everybody that's what I was doing, there were some people who told me that I was joining a cult.
Yeah.
So that was a concern. I actually had more than one person say that in a different kind of way, and they were pretty kind of serious, like, like, is this like a really safe thing for you to be a part of?
Right.
I'm not sure where that idea came from.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about that. And then what were the other two?
So the other one was if I was joining a pyramid scheme.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, like a multi-level marketing kind of deal where,
right.
I got trapped into it, and, I have to recruit so many people. And
Yeah. No.
That was a funny one, for sure. And then the other thing that a lot of people have brought up to me is I'm disabled. I have multiple sclerosis. And there was a lot of people out of concern who said, that it's not safe for me to do or too intense. And
now, are those just friends, or those medical professionals? Are they?
No, it's more friends and family that have brought that up as a concern. My neurologist actually told me I should absolutely be doing CrossFit.
Oh, cool.
So he was a very big proponent of me joining.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that when we first started. I was like, that's so cool. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about the first two because they're kind of funny. And then we'll talk about the third one because it's serious, and your neurologist probably spoke out of a good place, and we'll talk about why that is a good place. So, the first two, are you joining the pyramid scheme? That is new. I've never heard that about CrossFit. So, no, there's nothing pyramid about this. We obviously want you to recruit people, but like, there's no kickback for you. Like, you just want people to be here and be cool about it. The cult thing, it's mildly true. I mean, there's kind of a different language in CrossFit. Like, if you don't do CrossFit, you don't know what quad means or AMRAP, or you don't know what a thruster or a snatch is. Unless you do CrossFit, and then you're like, no, I don't know what that is. We have people here who've been here, 6, 7, 8 years, and still look forward to them. Wait, what's a thruster again? And they don't know. So it's, the funny part about that is, like, CrossFit is something that does bring out like the zealous part of you. Like, when you start getting into it, and you start feeling good, and you start like connecting with your community, it does feel a little, because you want to tell everybody about it. It feels a little faulty. I can see where that comes from.
Yeah, I can see that.
And the running joke is, the first rule of CrossFit is you always talk about CrossFit. So I can see where that comes from. But I mean, realistically, no, it's not a cult. We take a different approach to fitness that is different than a standard approach to fitness. And for folks who are long-time exercisers, it weirds them out. The whole group fitness concept, the fact that people people are literally cheering each other on is weird to them. And so I can see where that comes from, but it's still fun. In the early days of CrossFit, it was, isn't that a cult? And you look at it and go, yeah, but it's a good cult. So, but the other one is, so you have MS, and I can understand people's concern because CrossFit is absolute, it is intensity in a different way. That is 100% true. The cool part about it, this is where I think your neurologist was speaking from, is CrossFit is fitness that is coached. And most gyms, I don't know, maybe not most gyms, but many CrossFit gyms take their coaching very seriously and they care about their people a lot. And so medical professionals that know and understand that, know that if you get into a good CrossFit gym, you're going to have a coach that's going to take care of you. Now, from the perspective of the broader community of people with disabilities, there is actually a certification course for what we call adaptive athletes. So these are people with paralysis, missing limbs. I've seen, this is one of the coolest things I've seen, blind CrossFitters, which is pretty incredible considering the stuff we do. And there's actually a certification process specifically for that. And the cool thing is those coaches are very vocal about, hey, when you adapt your workouts, like use specific language, you're not scaling it out modifying, you're adapting for their disability. Now yours is unique in that MS is, we just have to watch how you feel on any given day. Some days are good days, some days are rougher. So we just have to be cognizant of that. But the more we can keep you moving in a full range of motion, in a full mechanical motion, and keep your muscles healthy, the longer we're going to stay that stuff off, right?
Absolutely, and I think that is definitely where my neurologist was feeling very supportive of me joining something like this, because I think movement is life, and it's very, very important, regardless if you have a disability or not. It's important to keep moving, it's important to keep active to the best of your ability. And like you said, if it's too much, it's too much, and you just got to say that. And I think that everybody's been super accommodating and helpful for me whenever I have had any struggles, but overall, I think it's a tremendous help for anybody that is struggling.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I mean, you're 4 months into this so far? Yeah? How are you feeling so far?
Great, yeah. I feel like it's very empowering for me to be able to do something like this. It's very, I feel like I'm doing something healthy for myself that is, I'm doing it with my partner who is, really makes a huge strides.
Dude, yeah. Dave has been crushing it.
Yeah, he just hit the 85-pound mark at weight loss.
That is so cool.
Since he started CrossFit. So, yeah, he's done it with a combination of diet.
Yeah. He's been super diligent about that.
Very. I'm so proud of him for all the accomplishments that he's done. So he's very inspiring for me too. And I think he's definitely kind of pushed me in that, if I can do it, you can do it, we can do this together, kind of, just really positive.
And Dave, having known Dave and something like that, he's always been that. He's just been, he was like, dude, I can do this, you can do this, we can do this together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's cool. That's cool. Has his diligence in his diet rubbed off on you yet?
Not as good. And it's hard because, I got the kiddos and I'm working full time and I'm at home and it's really tough, but I need to get better at it. I'm working on it. It's helping for sure that he has it.
Well, and I think you said it, and I love that you said this. You're getting to this place where you're feeling empowered about taking charge of that. You're moving and being more in your health.
Yeah, and I think it helps, because you feel, I feel sometimes kind of defeated, like, I can't feel my hands today, or, it's just that, super frustration that you can get sometimes when, things aren't really working the way you want it to work, and feeling like I'm actually doing something to make a positive change and do something positive. I have coaches and I have people, a community of people that are, supportive and that are doing the same things that I'm doing, and it just feels like I'm making a positive change in my life and a positive way forward, regardless of if I go back a little bit or move forward a little bit, I feel like I'm actually accomplishing something healthy.
Yeah, that's good. But now that you're a few months deep into this, has anybody's tune changed at all?
Yeah, I feel like my mom had some concerns right away, because she felt like, and I have a baby, and he's only a year, 17 months old, so she's like, you just had a baby, and we got problems, she's worried. And now that I've been doing it for a while, and she's asking me every day, like when she comes over to watch the baby, like, how did it go? Are you wore out? Are you hurting? And when I tell her, she's like, I feel pretty good, or it was a good workout. I feel like the other night I was struggling. I hadn't jump roped in years, and we were doing jump ropes, and Alex was really like, I'm challenging. So if you do a couple, and if you mess up, do something different. But do as many as you can in a row before you mess up. Before you do something different. And by the end of the night, I did all 24 that we were supposed to do with the jump rope, and that felt like, wow, yeah, that was great. That felt really good.
It's a good hill to have a flag on.
Yeah, it's like a little accomplishment that I could say, that obviously made a difference, because that's something I would not have been able to do otherwise.
Yeah.
That was really cool, and I feel like, my mom has changed her tune a lot to that, and a few of my friends even were a little, skeptical or, a little concerned. I think they were waiting for me to ask if I was going to sign them up for it.
She's like, so, I do. I think, and the reason I like this conversation is it brings up that broader topic of, if I have anything in this realm of disability, how am I going to do this? How am I going to take care of my health, my fitness, my wellness? How do I do that? And you said it multiple times. I think having a group of people around you who are cheering you on, doing the same things, is very important. Because you get to see those same people who they don't have that struggle, but you know what? They might be having a rough day. It's like you crush the workout here, and they're like, in their head having a rough day. You would be people to choose. That's cool. And I think the biggest thing about that is you've got coaches that are watching out. And so for the people that are concerned about doing something like CrossFit, because it does look intimidating, especially if your experience with CrossFit is YouTube, which most people's aren't. CrossFit is intimidating. But I think once you get into a class, working with those coaches who care, it's like, hey, it's day one today. We're not here to break the bank. We're not here to set records. We're here to make you move. We're here to make sure you get a good workout in. Make sure you feel good at the end of the day. Those two things, I think the community and having a coach, if you're in a place where it's similar to what you are, or engaged on disabilities, that can make a difference between sticking with fitness, wellness, and health and not. And depending on the range of severity of disabilities, one of the big things that you deal with in those is mental health. And this helps a lot with the mental health aspect.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things where, it helps me leave the house, because I don't leave the house much. It gives me a reason to, look forward to something during the day and feel like I'm making those steps. And the mental health piece of it, and having that coach. I have joined gyms in the past, and I have never been successful with them, because I feel like that element of having that coach or that community, or doing it by myself, I wouldn't have the motivation. I was just like, I'll do it later. Or if I did go, it was like, I'll just do a couple till it burns. I'm done for the day. All right, I'm good. That was a work.
Oh yeah,
Right, but when you come here and then you see the workout of the day, and you're like, okay, you do that more miles, and then you're doing this, to the best of your ability, what you can do, and push yourself a little bit more. And I feel like it's not even the coach is pushing as hard as I feel like you push yourself, but you're able to do that in a place where you have that ability. And I think that is for me a huge thing, and that's what's really keeping me going. And like I said, the mental health part of that is huge too, where it's like, okay, you know what, because of the quarantine and all that fun stuff, I haven't been leaving the house, I work from home, I have kids, I'm, doing all kinds of things at the house, and it's like, okay, I should probably change out of my pajamas and, get ready, but it does give me that feeling that I'm actually doing something, in a positive way. Time that's tough, but it's a good step forward, and I really am thankful for that, and glad that we have that option.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah.
And it's not here.
It's definitely not here. Although I have a great deal of it. So yeah, I think it's a good conversation to have, and as folks think about that stuff, if you are somebody that's struggling with some kind of disability, or sometimes it's an old injury that's just holding you back, it can be something like that. Getting into a gym where you have a coach that's knowledgeable and caring, right? And so what's the saying? It's like, you don't need to care so much you know until you know how much you care, right? And so when you get into a gym and the coach just, like, when you tell them, hey, this hurts or I have this old injury, they're like, okay, well, let's take care of that. And they do that every single time you come in. Then when they come to you, like Alex said the other day, it's like, hey, I'm going to challenge you to do this as best you can. You had a relationship of trust with him, knowing that he was watching and he cared, and he was going to make sure you were doing the right things. So that's, I think for folks that are in that community, that's where I was like, gotta find a gym that has coaches that care, which all of us do. It's just, you gotta find a community you live with. And then the other part of it too is finding some place that's going to help you be consistent, like you were saying. Like, going to the gym is one thing. Knowing that you have people who are expecting you there, if they see you what they say, you're like, hey, where you been? It's a huge help, And it's been, like, for me, it's been really cool to see you taking these baby steps on this journey, staying consistent, and it's just going to, I think, it's going to continue to thrive and flourish.
Yeah, I'm feeling all kinds of positive about it, and there's a lot of good things. And me and Dave working together on this together. It's amazing that we can do it as a team and encourage each other and just be a part of something that, it's great.
So, it's awesome. Well, thanks for taking some time to chat with me. Thanks for asking awesome questions. I think a lot of people are concerned about that. Hey, should I be doing this? The answer is yes, you should be doing it. Because it's going to put you in a different place than you would if you try to get out yourself.
Absolutely. So,
Cool. So thanks, Lorian. Thank you for the serenade while we chat. All right, guys. Take care.